Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about my anthurium. It's been a while since I talked about them or really showed them or did plant care with anthurium. So today is that video. So if you're an anthurium lover, stick around, or if you're not, then maybe you'll still find something interesting about today's video. So all of my anthurium live here off from the kitchen. This is technically like a dining area. I have an east window right here to the left of me, and I have two shelves side by side, and all of my anthurium live here minus I have a couple, actually I think I have 3 or 4 in the shop room in the Rudsta cabinet that I'll eventually move out here. And then I have 4 new ones that I imported, and those are not here. They're still in quarantine, rehabbing. So today I figured I could give you like an update on them. I'll go around and give you like an overview. I do have berries soon on one of them, and then we'll do some repotting and plant care. So I probably repotted about half of the anthurium so far. Like every anthurium needs to be repotted. And I probably have between 60 and 70 anthurium plants. I did downsize a few, and I'm probably going to downsize maybe another 5 to 6. It really depends. I do grow my anthuriums out in ambient, so they're not in a grow tent. They don't get super high humidity. So if a plant, an anthurium, doesn't really do well, then I kind of don't want to keep it, honestly. I would say most of the anthuriums I got as little seedlings. There's probably a good 5 to 6 that I've had in my collection for a really long time. There has been some that didn't make it, and there's been a few that I bought as like bigger specimens as far as like imports, or I bought one from a shop that was a bigger specimen, but pretty much a lot of these started from little seedlings. A lot of the seedlings I've been growing out for about a year now. I would say this time last year is when I started to get into anthurium, and I got a bunch of seedlings all at once. I went a little crazy, and then I kind of fell off that train, and then I got a little bit more into them. And then, yeah, I haven't really done a whole lot with them. I would say all of like the last part of last year. The only thing that I really want to change with this space is add more light. And I'm still tinkering around with what I want to add here. So if you have any suggestions on what I should do, let me know. But I'll give you an overview and kind of show you what I'm talking about adding. And I think that's about it. So I'm going to start with the updates and kind of go around to the plants, and then we'll do the repotting portion during the second part of the video. So backing away, this is what the shelves look like from afar. So I have 2 shelves that are pushed close together, so it looks like one big shelf. And then this is the east window here. And then I have the overhead light on, so it does look a little bit more bright than normal. And then with the light off, do you see how dark it got? Some of these anthuriums are getting hardly any light, and that's what I want to fix. So what I'm thinking about is possibly hanging 2 grow lights from the ceiling, or I was thinking about getting a bar light, which might look a little bit better, but because this is off from the kitchen right here, I don't want anything crazy. I really don't want it super noticeable either, but I do need to add more light, and I would love to hang something for the top row. The only light that I really have are these 2 lamps, and I have bulb lights screwed into them, and then obviously just the east window here. They do get a little bit more light in the morning because of the sun coming in, and then it's kind of afternoon now, so the light is kind of disappearing, so it is a little bit darker, but this is pretty accurate. It does look pretty dark on camera right now, so this is what I would say is pretty true to the light that they're getting. And then I turn the light back on. So yeah, let me go ahead and walk you through the anthuriums, and we'll see what's going on. I'm gonna start actually on that side. I'll go ahead and show you the Anthurium pallidiflorum because I'm gonna have berries. The Anthurium pallidiflorum that is trailing here is what I call my wide Anthurium pallidiflorum. She goes all the way down to the ground. She's pretty long, and I have 2 inflows currently pollinated on her. I have one that is producing berries right now. They were literally green, like I would say even a couple weeks ago, so I'm probably going to have to harvest some probably here soon. And then the other inflow I did a month later, and I don't know if she's going to hang on to that one. This is one of the biggest anthurium inflows I have ever seen. It is so large. It's crazy. I did this in October of 2025, not even 6 months, and I have a lot of berries forming. I'm gonna have so many seeds. And then this one I did a month later, and like I said, I don't know if she's gonna hang on to that one or not. Like, this inflow is insane, right? Like, look at that. Look at all those berries forming. That is crazy. So this one is, so the pollen that I got is, or the pollen parent is from my more narrow pally, but she's the more wide one, so her leaves are wider. So that's the mother right here. And so I'm curious how the offspring will be, if they'll have more of her traits, like more wide leaves, or they'll be like more narrow. I'm very curious. Once some of these berries are ripe, I'll probably start harvesting them, and I'm going to, I think, germinate them, and then I'll sell some germinated seeds. I think I'll feel more comfortable, at least if they're germinating, before I sell them. And then I'll probably grow some to like seedling stage, and then I'll probably keep a good handful to grow out as like starter plants. I'm gonna have so many. This is definitely like more red than this down here, but it's good that I don't think they're all gonna come off at once. So I'll have to see. I just watered actually all these guys yesterday. I actually tried pollinating her 2 times before this one, and they both aborted, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I get her to hold on to this inflow? And I think what was happening is I was underwatering, or I went a little too long before I watered her again. So I've been trying to be very consistent. I'm trying not to miss a day, and try not to let her dry out at all, because she is putting so much energy into the inflow. And I think that's what was happening before, is maybe I was a day late or something and she aborted. She is very root bound though, so as soon as this inflow, well, I guess the other one, as soon as that one's done, I'm gonna repot her, because my narrow one over here, the one that I pollinated with you guys, that's the narrow one, so that's the pollen parent. So the inflow on this one is actually aborting, and I was gonna cut it off last night, but I'm like, you know what, let me wait and do it with you guys. But I was kind of sad that that one's aborting. We did this on January 9th, and you can actually see where it had was trying to produce berries here. I'll see if I can zoom in. And it started yellowing last week. I'm like, oh no, she's aborting. So this one's doing the same thing that my other one was doing. So I could have underwatered her possibly. So this one unfortunately didn't keep, but we'll try again. I don't have any more pollen, so I'm gonna have to wait for like 2 more inflows. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just cut this one off here. And we're gonna say goodbye to that one. So sad. I was hoping for this one to take as well, but at least I have one giving me berries. So if the other one aborts, at least, you know, I have the one. Could you imagine if all 3 though? I would have had so much pallies, but this inflow is so small compared to the other one. The other one is huge. That is crazy. That is the only anthurium like pollination that I have going on. My own hybrid that's down here on the bottom, like this one here, she's my own creation. This is Clarinervium and Potato radiatum. The Potato radiatum I no longer have, but I did recently get a variegated one in the import. The Clarinervium I have, but she's rehabbing, she's up here, and I'm going to move her to pond. I actually took her out of the soil mix. Her roots, I think, were shot. Ever since the last pollination, she struggled. And that happened with another hybrid too that I pollinated. The mother plant just crashed. So I don't know if that's common or how common that is with breeding, because I haven't done like, this will be my 3rd successful anthurium pollination. So I don't know if that's common for the mother, the pollen parent, to go downhill after pollination, but it's happened to me twice now, and it could be too attributed to just not enough light, and maybe they just went downhill because of that. Probably more than likely is just the environment change, because I did have my OG ones in my plant room for the longest time, and then this has been set up since last year, and I haven't really added any additional light or anything, so that could be the reason. So yeah, this hybrid down here, I did have her pollinated, and I got, she was pollinated for 7 months, I think, and then she aborted the inflow early, and I plucked a berry off that wasn't ripe, and it's in my Rudsta. It had sprouted a leaf, but it's rotting, so I don't think it's going to do anything. I had pollinated it with magnificum pollen, and I had another inflow on her pollinated, but she aborted it as well. But this is a huge anthurium. This is my biggest anthurium. She's currently in pond, but I do want to repot her and take her out. She's given me another inflow right here. And her stem is like so long, so I think I might, I'm considering chopping her or downsizing her a little bit, but look at this leaf, like this is huge. I love her though. I think I am going to try and pollinate this Carla hybrid next. She is getting ready to push an inflow, and the inflow before this one, I got a ton of pollen off of, and it's in my freezer. This is a, I think it's a PAP GY, yeah, and an NSC Carla. And this is what the leaf looks like. I love this anthurium so much. I actually have two. The other one is right beside it. I decided to keep both seedlings. Beautiful dark leaf, stunning. I love this one so much. And so this one is putting a new leaf out. This was like, this pushed out after I repotted, so it's a little bit damaged here. These guys have appreciated the repot so much. So I've been doing my repots in orchid pots for more airflow. And what I've been doing is, instead of just using my aroid mix, I'm adding more cocoa coir to make it a little bit more moisture retentive. And I think it's helping. A lot of the anthuriums that I repotted are already pushing new leaves. This one you can't tell, but a lot of them you can see so much root growth since the repotting. So yeah, I'm gonna repot them in the orchid pots for more ventilation. And I think my aroid mix was a little too chunky. I think they're just drying out too fast with that mix. So I'm trying to make it a little bit more moisture retentive for these guys. So yeah, once this inflow gets receptive, I'm going to pollinate it. I'm going to self it with the pollen that I have from this one. And this is the second one. They look kind of similar. This one's actually growing another spike down lower. And this one has, you can see the roots. So a lot of the roots are really like growing in since the repot. I feel like I let them get way too root bound for sure. Oh, I did cut one of them. Was it that one or this one? I may have cut this one. I cut the stem. I did a, is it a butt cut? No, it's a clone. I'm still new with like anthurium terminology. But I did propagate this. I think I did the other one. It is clone division, the lower division. I guess it's a clone, if that's the right name. So it'll look like exactly like this. I did 2 cuttings. One of them, actually they're both sprouting, so once they get a little bit bigger, I'll list them. So if you're interested in a PAP GY and NSC Carla. So I was a little anxious because I don't really propagate anthurium that much, but they are growing, so that's exciting. One of the anthuriums I saved to repot is one of the King of Spades. So this is a propagation from the main one. This one here I had repotted already. I did this probably a couple weeks ago. Yeah, look. So I did this when I did all my other repotting. Do you see how many new roots are growing in? So that's the big King of Spades. They both just put out new leaves and they both dried up, I think because this one's root bound and it just didn't grow, and this one was like probably repotting shock. So the next leaf out of this one is probably going to be insane. I love King of Spades. I got the butterfly in the import order. So this one I did repot and take care of, so this one is good. And this one did produce an inflow, so I think this one will probably produce another one soon. Actually, yeah, I think it's getting ready to. And so I didn't repot this one, so this is definitely on my repot list. I really don't think they like to be root bound at all. I did freshly water last night, but you can see I'm gonna get it out of this chunky aroid mix and upsize it and I think it would appreciate that so much. So I'll put this one aside and we'll do that one. I do have another King of Spades from Cartel, and it shocked, it rotted. And so I'm hoping it makes it. It's trying to push out a new leaf. I have it in water right now to try and reroot it. So that was kind of sad. It was still like a pretty small seedling when I got it, and it was doing fine and growing, and I don't know what happened. It just rotted. Actually, a lot of my seedlings from them, I had purchased an import order from them. Was it last January? I got like an Anthurium red spider and another one. I'll show you, but they're so tiny still. And it could be because I'm not really giving them ideal conditions. So I think more or less it's me. I should have cared for them a little bit better, but that's okay. Hopefully I can rehab it though. I have a Black Widow. This is a dock block, and it is struggling a bit. I think, again, what happened is I let it get too root bound, so I upsized it. It's pushing out an inflow, and then hopefully it pushes a new leaf soon. It had pushed one, and then it got all weird, so I cut it off. And I cut all the lower leaves off. But this one, I hope it grows well for me. The leaves, like this one, cracked. That's what happened. It got like all wrinkled and cracked, and it didn't unfurl right. So I feel like this one probably would appreciate more humidity out here. It's a little bit more humid today because I don't have the air conditioning running because it got kind of cold last night. It got down to 49, I think. So it's currently 71.4 in here, and it's about 65% humidity. But if the AC or heat was running, it would be down to the 50s. I think another one I want to repot today is a dock block. It's a Michelle. I actually have two. So one I got from the big box store, which is the other one. And this one I bought from Rare Plant Fairy. But this one is severely root bound. And I've cut a lot of leaves away. They weren't looking the best. This one sits up top, so it's not really getting enough light. So I'm gonna repot her, and then hopefully I can get the lighting situation figured out and ordered. I just need to figure out what I want and just go ahead and order it and get it set up. But now that the days are longer, hopefully that helps with the light, like in the morning. Compared to winter, there was just hardly any light over here. So I'll set that one aside. We'll tackle those two today and maybe like grab two more to repot. I have another dock block here. This is a Dark and Handsome and I forget the tag. It's a Dark and Handsome, and what does the tag say? Crossed with a Red Velvet Cake. This one's kind of struggled too. I actually have two of these because one of them suffered cold damage. It did put out a new leaf, but it didn't hold up. I may have, no, did I upsize this one? I don't know if I did. But I have some Anthurium that just haven't done well. Like this one here hasn't been doing well at all. This is a Port and BVAP crossed with the NSC Carla. It's a beautiful Anthurium, but it's been on the struggle bus. This one's my little creation, this one here. It's one of my first Anthurium crosses. I crossed this with my Crystal Mag, and it hasn't really done anything. I think I might not keep this. It's been 2 leaves forever. So I don't know. I think it just needs more light. That's my other Michelle right here. It's kind of struggling a bit. A lot of crispy leaves. I cut some ugly ones away. This one I don't think needs to be repotted right now. I also have a Carla Blackie. It is pushing a new leaf right back there. And this one doesn't need to be repotted right now. No. I have a nub right here. That one hasn't done well. I forget the name of that one. I lost some of the tags when I did some repotting, so I'm gonna have to figure out which Anthuriums they are and write them down because I don't remember. I have a couple Anthurium here. I have a Regardens Port crossed with a Carla. That's what that one looks like. Very beautiful. And then I have, this is the other Red Velvet Cake right here. And then this one has struggled too. Anthurium and Carla. I have another one of those that's doing better, but this one isn't. This one's struggling a bit. And then down a little bit further, the Anthurium back there is one of my originals. That's my big crystal mag. It's pushing a new leaf. These three, this one, and that one down there are the only three that I have in pon. This one down here, I forget the name of it. I've had it for a bit. It's actually, I think I need to, I want to take it out of pon. I need to restart it, and it's just something that I keep putting off. So I'll get to it eventually. But the rest of them are in my aroid mix, but I'm trying to make it a little bit more moisture retentive so they can hold on to moisture a lot better. I also have a fan right here. It's not on right now, but I run it to circulate airflow over here, just to give them some air movement, because I know that's important with these guys. So I do run this pretty often. I'll kind of move on to, I have some of the smaller ones still on this side. I'll kind of touch on some of these, and I'll show you the ones in the Rudsta as well. And then we'll get to the repotting here. Starting on, well, actually my Clarinervium is up there. That's the one that I'm thinking about doing in like a chunky pond mix. I watched a video of another YouTuber. What's her name? I'm so bad with names, you guys. I feel bad I can't remember. She has the prettiest Anthurium Clarinervium I have ever seen. She grows hers in pon, and I want to do the same for mine because, again, my Clarinervium, I've had it. It's one of my original OG plants, and it was successfully pollinated twice. No, I've had 4 pollen. This will be my 4th pollination. Yeah, because 2 Clarinervium, crystal mag. No, 5th pollination. 2 clary, a crystal mag, and Forgetii. No, Doriakii, Forgetii, and mag. And then the Pally. So that'll be my 5th pollination. But yeah, this one was pollinated twice. And what I ended up doing, since her stump was very long and her roots didn't seem happy, I cut the stump. And she is producing a new root there at the top, right there. And these are probably just going to rot away because they were in soil. And I'm just going to re-root her in water, and once I get a healthy root system, I'll transition her to, I want to use a chunky pond mix because my DIY is more of a lechuza consistency. I love it, but I feel like for chunky roots, I want to try and provide a little bit more airflow, and I've never really tried a chunky pond before. So that's what I want to use, and because her Anthurium Clarinervium is beautiful, I want to try and grow it like her. So I'll link her video. I feel bad I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I want to try it and see how it goes with this plant. And again, I think I just need more light, but this is a new leaf she pushed out. That was like an older wonky leaf. And she gives me an inflow like every other, she'll do a leaf and then I usually get an inflow and then I get another leaf. But Clarinervium is one of my favorite anthuriums. I actually got King Clarinervium with the import, and I'm so excited for that one. But that one's, it had the worst root system, and that one is still like rehabbing. It's going to be a bit before I even consider potting those up. But yeah, hopefully this one does well. It's like, it's re-rooting, so it's a good sign, like it's not rotting away or anything. So it's just going to take time to grow in some more roots. I will film this one when I go to repot it though, because I feel like it would be good to show you like a different pond mix and stuff. So that is her. This is my variegated, I think it's a red crystal crossed with magnificum. That's a new leaf. It's kind of struggled a bit this winter. It would grow a leaf and drop a leaf, and it would get brown a lot, but I feel like it's done a little bit better. I guess it's gotten more used to my conditions, but I did upsize it already. But that leaf there is very beautiful. These next two are my own creation. This is the latest hybrid that I did, my Doriakii, Forgetii crossed with Magnificum. So I kept a few seedlings back for me. One is in my shop room, but these two I have out here. They're not like super big yet because they're not getting a ton of light. But I really liked this one. I sold one that ended up having a closed sinus like the mother. But I probably had like over 300 seeds. So there's that one, and this one, I kept this one because I don't know why. I felt like it looked a little bit different, but you can see they're not that big yet. I did upsize both of these recently in the same pot, and the other one I kept back is just a weirdo. I probably have like 3 or 4 of these left that I'm growing. But the one that's so tiny, the leaves are so tiny and it's already shot out 2 inflows. It's a really wonky guy. I just kept it because it was interesting. But I'll probably just hang on to these 2 because, again, it's my own little creation. So those are those. And mother plant was huge. It was in pond and it started going downhill. And so what I did was I took a top cutting and I re-rooted it in water, and I potted it up when I did some of these repottings. So this is the plant. It has the closed sinus there, and hopefully she'll start growing now. I do have some nice roots forming. So hopefully I'll get her back. She was really pretty. Like that one. This one has gotten so big. This is Doriakii. I think it's silver. No, or maybe it's just Doriakii. I forget the exact name, but that's what that one looks like. It's gotten so big. I love the round leaves, and I love like the silver on this one. That one, it kind of struggled a little bit this winter. I had some crispiness, but this one was like, I hadn't repotted it yet. It was still in the original mix. And so I just repotted and upsized this one too. Lots of new roots coming in. So I think it's going to appreciate the upsize so much. I haven't gotten any inflows yet, but I'm excited for this one. It's really pretty. I wanted this one. I'm tempted to get like an all silver one. Is it called Silver Chrome? There's like one that's like this that's really silver. I'm kind of tempted. I also upsized my Delta Force there. It's got that beautiful like butterfly shape. It's got that one, and that one, that one there. It is working on a new one. So hopefully that one emerges okay. I have gotten, I think, 1 inflow. I think it's gonna give me another one soon. I see another one getting ready to come out. But I didn't collect pollen or anything. Oh yeah, look at those chunky roots growing in right there, sticking out, run right there and right there. Oh my God, this one was so incredibly root bound. It was crazy how root bound it was. So now that I repotted it, hopefully it does a lot better for me. I moved it to the top shelf, so it's not going to get a ton of light right now, but hopefully that changes very soon. So I put Delta Force up there in the white pot, that one, and then these 3 here. I don't know if I'm gonna hang on to these 3. This one was an import. I think it's the one in the middle is like a green mamba and something. And then this is a Forgetii and Luxurians that is struggling. And then there's another one back there that I don't have the tag for that is struggling a bit too, but I haven't repotted those 2 yet, so that could be why. So maybe they just need to repot. I also have some crystallinum hybrids and stuff down here. This shelf has a lot of my smaller seedlings. They really haven't grown a ton yet, but they are getting there. This one is a red crystallinum. This leaf is so pretty. Let me see if I can get this out a little bit. I had to rehab it. It took a while to rehab, but I finally got it to grow back. It's just, I think it's a Woo red crystal crossed with something red crystal, but it's a red crystal. And then this one is a Carla red crystal. Yeah, Carla, and then Tazula red crystal, this one here. I just upsized this one not that long ago too. I have another hybrid back here. This one is a Cartel Bigfoot. This one is taking a little bit of time to kind of grow. I think I had to rehab this one, but it's pushing a new leaf. It didn't do that well at first, but hopefully it starts growing here. I think that's another red crystal hybrid. Here's my other Carla and Bevep, I believe. That leaf is so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's a, oh, Yeah, it's an Anthurium Carla crossed with a Bevep. Oh gosh, I'm making a mess. And so this one I did upsize. Let's see. Yeah, look at those roots. I did upsize that one already. Look at my Warocquianums. One of them is starting to get big. I kept 2 back. I had 5 seeds. I got these from Rhode Plant Care, Tyler. I just got 5 of his seeds, and I sold 3 of them as seedlings. Like they had like little leaves that sprouted, and I kept 2 back for me. This one's doing the best. Look at that new leaf. There we go. Look how pretty. It's getting big. I had upsized these too, so I think that was in response to the upsize, because they were drying out way too fast. So that's his tag. That's the Anthurium. It's Anthurium, his Warrock Estrella crossed with Warrock Astro. There. So that one, and then this one put out a new leaf. It got kind of bent. It's still like hardening. It got kind of bent on the shelf. And this one's like backwards, upside down. I don't know what it's going on. I upsized this one too because, yeah, it was just drying out way too fast in the little pot that I had it in. I don't know if I'll hang on to both of them, but I probably will. I'll probably keep both in case something happens to one. But they're doing well now. This is my little OG Forgetty Eye I've had back in the day. This plant's probably 4 years old. I got it to grow so well when it was in my plant room. I think it's finally pushing a new leaf, but it's struggling, you guys. I don't want to give up on Forgetty Eye because I love Forgetty Eye. So I'm hoping it comes back for me. We'll see. I have like an extra T5 clip light right here, so I feel like it's getting okay light. It's just struggling though. It's struggling to rehab. And here's the other cartel seedlings that that are struggling. So one's supposed to be a red spider, and the other one is Bigfoot and basilisk. And the red spider had like multiplied like crazy. I have them in a thing of water here, and I'm trying to reroot them. But they're so tiny still. I need to move them to like a cabinet or something. Yeah, so that's supposed to be a red spider. It is rooting. So it was weird. It was like a big clump of seedlings. So this is one. I think I have another one here and another one. And then I ended up getting 2 Bigfoot and basilisk in my import order. One was a freebie because I think it was like a Christmas special. And that one is actually growing really big. I'll show you that one. And the other one is struggle busting over here. I think it's this one. It's really tiny still. Yeah. This one was more ruffly than the other one, but this leaf doesn't really look ruffled. And I think there might be, is there 2 of that one or just one? I think just one. I think the rest of these are red spiders. But I separated the little seedlings. I'm gonna let them root up, and then I'll pop them in a tiny pot of tree fern coco coir, and then what I'll probably do is stick these in the Rudsta to grow and establish and get bigger, and then I'll move them out here, because out here they're just not really getting ideal conditions to really, I'm not like giving them proper care and the environment that they need. So that's probably what I'll do with these. It's an NFC red crystal crossed with a variegated crystallinum. I did get one leaf that had a blister type variegation, but it got really crispy. It's down to 1 leaf. It is, I think, going to produce its first inflow, and then hopefully another new leaf comes out of here soon. It needed upsized so bad. I think that was my issue. It's just everything was so freaking root bound, and I don't know if I just like that in combination with underwatering them. But you can see from the repot, it's already pushing so many new roots. I feel like Anthurium don't like to be root bound. Is that right? They were not happy being so root bound for so long. And this is one of my favorites. This is the one that I found at the big box store. I don't know the exact type. It's giving me its first inflow, and there's a new leaf coming in. So that's what that one looks like. It is so pretty. This is a new leaf it gave me here a while ago. So, so pretty. I'm really excited to see this new leaf. And I had repotted it right away. This is the same like pot, but I had like put it in my mix and I cleaned the roots and everything. I was like watering it last night and I was like lifting it out to drain, and look at all those chunky roots coming out of the bottom. Look how chunky they are. They are some very chunky roots. That's crazy. They kind of look like crystallinum roots or clarinervium roots. So I don't know the exact hybrid, or I'm gonna have to look on that shopping video that I did when I found this, because I think there was a couple comments that named this anthurium or possibly what it could be. But yeah, it's so pretty. I love this one. And it's done very fine in ambient. It's not unhappy at all. It loves ambient. Ooh, this one is exciting. Okay, so this one is a seedling I grew out. So I bought this from somebody's Etsy shop last year, and I decided to get 2 seedlings instead of 1, because when I buy them that small, I like to have 2, you know, just in case. And when I got mine, it actually had a 3rd one in there. So I don't know which seedling was which. I separated them out into 3. I sold 1 already, and I have 1 more that is a lot smaller. This one definitely took off a lot faster, and it's pushing out a new leaf, and the new leaf looks to have some variegation, which is crazy. But this one is a, it's an Anthurium blue velvet crossed with a Michelle and Zara. And they have a date on here, March 2025. So I think, oh, this is my tag. So that's when I guess I got the plant. And I love this anthurium. So look at the emergent. Look how red and beautiful. And I don't know if you can see what looks to be like possible variegation. Do you see that? So I got this one when I was like in my anthurium craze, and I would go onto Etsy and I would filter by like, I would type in Anthurium hybrid and I would filter by like recent upload. I would do this almost every other day, and I would see like new hybrids that people were posting. And that's how I acquired so many seedlings. And I really liked the look of the mother plant when I saw this listing, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get a couple of them. But this one, what I like about this anthurium is you can see that blue tone. I don't know if it's going to come across on camera, but it's not like a green. It definitely has the blue. Let me hold it up against the crystallinum, because the crystallinum I feel like is more of a true green color. There, do you see the tone difference? Like this one has a blue shift to it. I really like the color though. So it has this leaf, it has this one over here, and then it has this one over here. And then all the other leaves fell off. It has not produced an inflow yet, and this is one that I upsized recently too, because you can see all those roots. Look at all the other roots in there. You can see how freaking root bound it was right here. It was so root bound. I'll have to see when the leaf hardens off, but I like how skinny and long it is too. It's definitely one of my favorites right now. Okay, this one is another seedling I got that I grew out, and this is one that I lost the tag, but I do remember, I think this is a F2 something, but I'll find the exact ID on this one. This one I have grown to love. This one has done so well in my conditions. Let me get that heavy nursery pot. Another one that I upsized. But yeah, this is what the leaf shape looks like. It's really long and shiny like that. It's so pretty. There, that's the newest leaf here. After the repot, it shot this leaf out. Look at that. Beautiful. I have its first inflow. I'm just going to let it expire. I don't like to do anything with the first inflow. I don't collect pollen or anything. I just let it run its course, and then the next one is when I usually collect pollen, and then I'll try and pollinate after that. It also has this leaf and this leaf, that one there, and that one there. Very beautiful. One of the easiest anthuriums that is so happy. See, I'll have to find the exact name. I'm mad when I couldn't find. I lost the tag when I had repotted. I guess I accidentally threw it away. This was another one that was so incredibly root bound. But yeah, this is one of my favorites right now too. So beautiful. All right, I need help with this one for you Anthurium people. So this Anthurium I've had for a while. It's a Wenglingrii. I got this sometime last year, early last year, and I got it because I really like my pallies and I really wanted this Anthurium, but it has done nothing at all. I repotted it, like it's rooting. These are the 3 original leaves that they came with. This one, and this one. And this stump has done nothing. I don't know if I should cut this or what I should do. Should I like cut it, downsize it, try and just reroot or grow a stump, put it in moss, put it in really high humidity and like in my cabinet? I just don't know what to do with this thing. I was thinking about just buying a new one that's healthier. I do think it was a bit colder, so I don't know if it just shocked and it's never bounced back, but it has not done anything, nothing at all since I've had it, which is crazy. So what should I do with this guy? Any advice for me? I'm thinking about cutting it and trying to grow it in my cabinet is what I'm thinking I might do. All right, and here's the Cartel Bigfoot and Basilisk. This is the one that is doing the best. It's supposed to have like some ruffly leaves, which it sort of does. Like this one here is a new one right there. Did I upsize this one? Maybe. I may have upsized this one. But it has 4 leaves. This one, like I said, has done the best out of all the Cartel plants that I have. Yeah, the new leaf is really pretty. Right there. I do have a couple more rehabbing. I have one that has 1 leaf there, another hybrid, and then I have like a freebie Anthurium hybrid that I'm growing out. And then I do have a couple Anthurium in the prop container down there that I'm rehabbing. One of the ones I rehabbed with you guys is my Ace of Spades. I chopped my plant because it wasn't happy, and so I took a cutting and I'm rooting it in moss and perlite here. So you can see some new roots coming in there. And it has a new leaf. I really like Ace of Spades, so I'm glad mine is doing okay. So I'm gonna let it root up a bit more and then yeah, get it potted back up. I think it went downhill because it didn't get enough light. And that's the reason why it kind of stalled. It wouldn't really grow at all. I had this in my IKEA cabinet for so long and it put out so many new leaves. And once I moved it out here, it was like done. So yeah, I just need to get more light. I think this is my Warrock Elsmerelda. I have another cutting in my plant room or in my Rudsta cabinet. This one was a stump and it had like 2 leaves still, but I cut those away and I think it is finally pushing a new growth. This was like the original plant. This was huge in my collection at one point too. But the other cutting is growing, so if this one does survive, then I may keep both. But we'll see how this one does. If this doesn't do anything or doesn't grow, then I'll just keep the other one that I have in there. This one is, I think, gone. I think that's dead. I don't know, the stump is kind of rotted. This was a Bessier and a Pap hybrid, but I think this was really pretty at one point too. I don't know what happened to that guy, I really don't. And this one I don't know what to do with. It's a red vein dark phoenix, and I'm not sure what to do with this guy. I think the seller told me that the yellowing like this plant will use its energy to produce a new leaf, and these ones yellow pretty quickly, but to not cut them off. But I feel like the yellowing is I don't like that this plant does this. Like the new leaf, when it emerges, is so pretty, but I can't get it past the stage. It just is staying like this. And it makes me not want this plant because I just don't like that. I don't like the yellowing. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with this guy. I currently have it in a tiny pot. I had repotted it And I think now, since I repotted it, it's pushing out a leaf. But I have it in the prop bin because I'm worried that it's not liking my ambient conditions. So maybe that's it. So I think some of these just need better growing conditions, and I think this one is one of them. But I have it in the bin down here for now. I might grow this one in my Rudsta for a bit as well, and see how it does. I was contemplating, I'm like, do I need a cabinet? Do I need to get replace these shelves for cabinets to grow my anthurium? But no, there's not enough space because these guys get like spread their wings and get very wide. So yeah, I think the ones that are more finicky, I just probably won't be able to grow. But we'll see. I could always move some back into my plant room, like maybe my cabinet in there. Once I get those other 2 cabinets put in there, I can create more space, but we'll see here. But yeah, let me show you the anthurium imports real quick. I'll just go over there real quick so you can see them, and then I'll show you the few anthurium in the Rudsta. And then I think I have 2 plants here. I think I'll pick maybe 1 more to go ahead and repot with you, and we'll get to the repotting portion. But I do want to show you the other anthurium in my collection though. So this is one of my quarantine bins. So this is my most recent import order. And I have 5 anthurium in here actually. I forgot, I thought it was only 4. I have my King of Spades butterfly. I have King Clarinervium. I have another butterfly. I think it's, I forget the exact name. And then I have a variegated Pedato radiatum. And then I have a variegated Clarinervium seedling, which the seedling is struggling a bit right there. So I'm hoping it bounces back. I have a lot of airflow in here because it's staying pretty humid. But yeah, it's just going to take a bit for these guys to rehab. The King Clarinervium didn't really have the best root system. So yeah, it did get delivered, like, you know, when it was cold, and the King of Spades butterfly did have some cold damage on the newest leaf. And that leaf too, I think, kind of got affected, but this one is pushing a new leaf already, which I'm excited for. So yeah, they're in this kind of quarantine bin, and I'm just going to keep them in here a bit, but eventually once they're stabilized, I'll get them potted up. I'll film when I go to do that, and I'll get them moved over with the rest of them. All right, I wanted to quickly show you the anthurium in the Rudsta. So this is the Warocqueanum elsmerelda. This is from the plant out there that I had cut. It's getting ready to push a new leaf, but look how dark and beautiful. I miss those long leaves. This thing got like really big leaves when I had it in my plant room a couple years ago. Maybe we should upsize one of these today because I feel like they could need it because they are drying out pretty quickly. This is my other creation, my Doriakii, Forgetii, and Magnificum. So this is the weird guy that was growing kind of daggery, and then it split out two inflows. I'm like, what is this thing doing? It's so tiny still. Just because he was like a weird guy, I decided to keep him. He needs repotted too. But yeah, this thing is just crazy. I don't know what the heck is going on with that one. This is the other seedling I was talking about from my aborted Clarinervium. You can see the leaf right there. It's like melted. So I don't think this guy's going to grow. I'm going to leave it in here though and see. Oh yeah, I forgot this one was in here. This was another rehab. Oh, I think this was a Forgetii hybrid that I got. It's a Tazula red crystal and crossed with Forgetii. So that's what that one's kind of looking like. It's pushing a new leaf. And yeah, I just need to get this guy rooted, and then I'll pot him up. And this one is one of my favorites right now. Maybe we should repot this one actually, because this one is drying out. This is a Brielle, and hold on, let me see the tag. It's Anthurium Brielle Michelle crossed with Self. And so this one I got last year. Very beautiful anthurium. It's very happy being in the warm Rudsta cabinet. It's actually pushing another growth point down from the bottom, that one there, that smaller one. So pretty. It has like a beautiful red tone to the veining, and then it kind of burns in. That leaf got burnt a little bit there. I did sell one of these recently, and then I think I have one more seedling. And I actually got 2 sets of seedlings, so I had 4. One of them actually turned out to be variegated. I don't know if it got mixed up in the bunch, but it died. I had it in here and it slowly died, and I'm like, no, because it could have been some kind of cool cross or something. But you know, oh well, I guess it happens sometimes. Why don't we do this one? Because I feel like this one would appreciate like a bigger pot with more airflow. I might do this one in like a 5-inch or so. Maybe I can go ahead and do the Queen Esmeralda too, because I feel like this pot is drying out too fast. I think that one, I don't think it'd take that long to do these two. Okay, I think I'm in focus. Got a squeaky chair. So I have the 4 anthuriums here. So the King of Spades, the Michelle, the Brielle, Michelle, and the Esmeralda Warrock. We will go ahead and pop those. These are the pots that I've been using for the repots. Like I said, they're orchid pots. This is a 9-pack multi-size. There's a 4, 5, and a 6-inch. So if you're interested, I can link them. And yeah, this is the one that came with little clips as well, I guess for the orchid. And it comes with these little stakes that I use all the time. I buy these in a bigger pack, these green stakes. So it comes with these as well, which is kind of cool because I do use these for my anthurium as well. And so there's 3 each. So the 4-inch like that, which I don't think I'm using a 4-inch. Actually, yeah, the Warrock we'll do in a 4-inch. The, oh, these are kind of stuck. The King of Spades we'll do in a 5-inch. The Michelle Brielle we'll do in a 5-inch. And the Michelle we'll do in the 6-inch. This is taking all my, okay. There we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll put these back. And I'm hoping this is enough mix. This is all that I have, minus a little bit of that in another container. We'll see. I think it'll be enough. I'm gonna try and reuse some of the mix if it's not like, oh, if it's not really bad. Hopefully we can see. I'm gonna do this guy first. That'd be beautiful. It is pushing a new one, so hopefully it doesn't get angry. I'm not gonna try and disturb it too much. I'm just gonna dump the mix in this bowl here and we'll try and reuse some of it. This one may not even be repotted, but I feel like I don't wanna dry it out like it's been drying out. Let's see. Not super rooted, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the clear container. And I really don't think I need to loosen this at all because I don't want to stress this one. Because this is like the same mix. I'm just gonna add a little bit here in the bottom. Okay, like that, and then we'll upsize. See, the issue is I need this over here because I'm right-handed. Let me slide these guys up without blocking the frame. And I have another chair. I'm sitting this in the chair beside me so I can reach it better. There we go, that's better. I guess I did upsize more than I thought. I still have a lot to do, but I'll just slowly work on that. So I would say there's probably a good, maybe like 5 or 6 more I'll probably look at downsizing. It really depends. And as far as anthurium on like my wish list, I really don't think I am interested in getting any more anthurium right now. If I came across another, because I got that import with some that were on my wish list, I think if I were to come across like another variegated anthurium with like a pink emergent, something with pink tones I mentioned that I would be interested in, but I think I'm pretty good with anthurium, honestly, because I do have a lot and they will get bigger. Oh yes, okay, perfect. I do have nutrient mix made up from last night. I have 1 container left over. That's like 3/4 full. I'll water them at the end because I'll probably take these to the sink and give them a good hose off too. I ordered my beneficials, so they'll be here. I think they're shipping Tuesday, so they'll be here Wednesday. I didn't get ladybugs this time because we actually have some family coming into town next week, and I don't want ladybugs everywhere, all over the house. So I'll probably get ladybugs again next time because I do really like the ladybugs. But I got more mites and I got more lacewings. Just prevention because, you know, the warmer weather is here and I do not want plant pest. I finally got rid of spider mites on Michelitziana, and I don't want spider mites to pop back up, so I'm trying to take precautions. So yeah, that's like the perfect little pot with all the extra ventilation. I need like a pedestal for this one so that it doesn't crinkle the leaf, you know? Right now I kind of have it over the edge of the Rudsta, so it can like slide down between the glass and the acrylic shelving. But I'm gonna put that one back in there just because it is getting more ideal light and I don't wanna mess with that right now. All right, let's go ahead and do this one because this one was in there too. But I ordered the beneficials from a different company than I normally do because I want to give them a go, even though shipping was outrageous. But I understand like shipping costs, but it's just very expensive. A lot more expensive than the other company, but I want to give them a go and just see how the mites and stuff perform compared to the one that I always get. Oh yeah, she rooted. Look at that. There's this chirping that's been going on since yesterday. I don't know if you guys heard it, and it sounds like a cricket, but it's not. And it's making me anxious because I'm like, is there a bug in this house that I don't know about? And I don't know where it's coming from because it only does it like every hour or two, and I can't like listen to it long enough to locate it because it only does like 3 or 4 chirps and then it stops. And I'm like, where is it coming from? It's definitely somewhere, I feel like in the laundry area, like down that way. And it's freaking me out. So yeah, this one is Brielle Michelle. And this is in the same mix too, so I'm really not going to go crazy. The ones that have been potted up longer, like here, I'm probably going to take most of this off the roots. But these ones haven't been potted up like super long time. I put too much, okay. Well, these ones have like a little middle divot, so there's like a bump in the pot on the inside. I guess I just have to press it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Like so, and then we'll backfill. I feel a little itchy. I have a spot on my neck right here that is red, and I think something bit me when I was outside the other day. It's probably been like 3 or 4, no, probably 4 days ago now when I was fertilizing all the outdoor plants. I don't know if it doesn't feel like a mosquito bite or look like a mosquito bite. I'm like, something bit me. I don't know what it is though. It's not getting worse, it's just kind of itchy a little bit. So I made this mix. This is my aroid mix, but I added in cocoa coir to make it more aerated, so it's not as chunky, or to make it more moisture retentive. Because that's the thing, in my environment, these anthuriums are drying out way too fast in my aroid mix. And that's the thing with mixes, you just have to try them out in your space and see what you like and what works for like your watering habits and all that. I feel like there's no perfect mix. You just have to play around with what you like. And I feel like too, I'm always adjusting and changing things based on how the plants grow and how I feel like what they need. I think this one will fit back in the Rudsta. At least I hope it does, because I want it to stay in there a little bit longer. It's just going to hit the top in no time. Okay, nice and chunky and aerated. Such a gorgeous anthurium. Let's do this King of Spades. This one will be really easy. And these two are soaking wet because I watered them last night, but I knew that when I was watering them. I'm like, I knew I wanted to film this today, so I'm like, oh well, it's okay. And I want to try and loosen this a bit and get all this old off. I think with my anthurium, what I'll probably do like in the future, because I did it to the Carla, as they grow tall, as they climb, what I think I'll do is do like a propagation, like the bottom, and have it sprout and regrow. That way I can replant the top and have it continue to grow, and that way I can make a propagation and let that one go, is what I'm thinking I'll probably do with these guys. Because the cuts that I did on the Carla, I mean, it seems like it tolerated it just fine, like it didn't shock or anything. And it's pushing a new leaf and the cuts are sprouting, so I'm like, maybe I'll do it more often. Because this King of Spades was a cut from the other one. I technically didn't need 2 of these, but at the time it was so cute I couldn't let it go. It's cute little leaves, because one of my favorites. Okay, that's good. I just wanted to loosen. Down we go. We'll be able to bring this guy back down some, and then these roots will start growing into the substrate. There we go, and then we'll fill up. That's perfect. It's taken me all week to get used to the time change, because I'm like looking at the time, I'm like, it should be getting dark, and I'm like, oh wait, the time changed, so it stays lighter out longer, which is nice. But I know the first couple of days I was just like thrown off track. I'm like, what is going on? I do sort of wished it would stay this all year, like in the fall. I don't want to turn the clocks back any. I wish it would just stay like this. That way it stays light longer outside, like more daylight. Okay, I think I filled all the gaps. And I had this little stake in the front here holding up or supporting this leaf. So I'll put that back. And I can't forget the tag. Even though I know what this one is, that's what happened. I repotted them and then I freaking accidentally threw away the tags on a couple of them. All right, that looks good. Very nice, very nice. And last repot is the Michelle. That is so freaking root bound. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, plant. You should have seen its other leaves. They were so ugly. I cut them off a couple weeks ago. Ugh. Okay, we're going up to the bigger one for this guy. It's going to take me a minute to untangle this one. And I can't wait for the pally seeds. I'm like, right now I don't have any room in there, so I'm going to have to create like seedling trays. What I'll probably do is toss all the seeds just to save space in a seedling tray filled with moss, and I'll just like toss a bunch of seeds in there. And then once some of them start germinating, I'll list some as germinated seeds. I'll probably do them in pairs, but if you want more seeds, I might offer like I don't know if a 5-pack, if anyone would be interested in doing like 5 germinated seeds. But I'll at least do them in pairs, like 2 germinated seeds as a set, and then we'll see how many seeds I get. I don't know how many seeds are in each of the berries, but sometimes, you know, there's more than one, so I could end up with a lot of seeds. Big root system, holy moly. Anthurium roots are just insane to me. I almost want to do a root trim, get rid of some of these. That's a big root system for this plant. Like, look at that, that's insane. Maybe next time I'll root prune. Like if it outgrows this container quickly, I'll prune. It lost a lot of roots though. All right, I still feel like this is gonna be kind of a tight fit here. It'll work for now. All right, and we'll fill up. Making a mess. I don't have my potting mat. That's okay. Okay, and I'm gonna stake up one of these leaves here with these stakes. Oh, I'm losing stuff. I'm gonna do one for this one too. Just helps support it a little bit more, you see? And this one won't fit. This one won't fit in its pot. I'll have to find a new pot. I have some of the 6-inch IKEA pots. I might grab one of those for this one. I was just sneezing really loud and I scared the cats. So the Michelle, I have a lot of these IKEA pots. When I used to have these all the time for my moss poles, and they were like the perfect size pot for the 6-inch plant, the clear planters. So I like these. I have probably like 4 or 5 still in my closet. So the Michelle will go back right there. Yeah, the King of Spades won't fit in the strawberry planter. Oh, it actually will. It's actually too tight of a seal. It's going to restrict airflow. Did you hear that? It sounds like a cricket. It's bugging me. So this was the pot the Michelle was in. I think this one will fit in here. Yeah, it's not super tight. There's a little bit of a lip, but that's fine. It's like a pedestal planter, which I really like. Kind of lifts the leaf up anyway. And we'll slide her back in here like so. Yeah, that looks good. And I love this strawberry pot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna leave it here, back there, and I'll use it for one of my repots or something. So that's it for my Anthurium care day. I hope you enjoyed it and running through all my Anthuriums. It was nice to get some more repotted, and yeah, I'll just have to figure out the lighting situation and everything. So I'll get something here soon and get that done so that they can actually grow and not get unhappy or anything. But at least it's more daylight right now. But my memory card is almost full, so I'm gonna go ahead and get going. But thank you again so much for joining me and for being here. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.